A quarter century, 25 years of providing adults in our community with free skills upgrading. That's what the literacy group of Waterloo Region can boast, and its executive director, Chris Prosser, joins us on the show this morning. Chris, good morning.
Good morning, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How about yourself?
Very well, thank you. Thanks for having us on.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure, and I'm just, thinking on that 25 years now of providing this work, free skills upgrading to adults in our community. How does that number land with you? That is a significant milestone.
Yeah, well, it is significant. So, like you said, 25 years we supporting adults with our free skills upgrading, and I've only been with the organization for a fraction of that, just over 10 years. But certainly in the last couple of months, as we look back to celebrate these 25 years, it's been incredible to see how far we've come from starting in church basements, teaching adults how to read, to what we are now, and supporting some of the most vulnerable and underrepresented adults with employment skills as well. So we've come a long way, but we're incredibly proud of where we are. What
do we know, Chris, about the links between literacy and our overall health and well-being?
Yeah, well, we always say that this is an unseen need in Ontario, especially in our region. In Waterloo Region itself, 1 in 4 adults live with the lowest levels of literacy, and you can relate poor levels of literacy, numeracy, and computer skills to a number of big issues that we're seeing outside of our door. So when we say it's an unseen need in Ontario, we say literacy is a social determinant of health, and it's a cure to some of our biggest social issues as well. I mean, if we look at Ontario overall, 53% of adults in Ontario lack the adequate levels of numeracy, and 1 in 6 as well for reading and writing. So there is a definitive need, and it's not something that most adults will admit. You can say, I'm useless at math, or I've never been able to my spelling's awful and stuff like that. Often with these jokey comments, there is a lot hidden behind that, and it can make a lot of adults very worried and concerned about how they live their lives.
How do you do the work that you do? Are you partnering with other organizations to provide these skills upgrades? How do you go about doing the work that you do at the literacy group?
Well, we don't do it alone, and I think that goes for a lot of nonprofits and community partners. So we work under an umbrella of our social network, Project Read, and that's in partnership with the St. Louis Essential Skills, Conestoga College, but we also work in many other networks so that we can provide that wraparound service with our learners. So if a learner is working with us, say, to pass their G1, or their goal is to read to their grandkids, because all of our learners have individualized goals. We're not like a school board there. We can support them on what they want to learn. If we recognize that they need food support, or if they're going through a tough time right now with something in their life, we can make recommendations and referrals to mental health services or food security, such as the food bank. So, I often say, in a lot of the times when I work with adults, you are not alone. It takes a network and a community to serve one person. So that's sort of how we're working our magic, in partnership with all the other great services in Waterloo Region.
Getting back to that 25th anniversary milestone, you'll be celebrating that in just a few weeks' time, Chris, on November the 7th with a gala.
Absolutely, yeah. So the November 7th, we're providing to celebrate. Sorry, we've been providing free programming since 1999. This 25-year gala is going to be at Gulf Steakhouse. It's in Kitchener. Includes an evening of live music, free door prizes, raffles, a buffet meal, and of course we have a fantastic guest speaker as yourself, Mike, to be there as well to join us. So we're very grateful that you're going to be there to support us at the event. Tickets are available on our website, theliteracygroup.com. And if you can't make it, but you still want to support, we do have a donator ticket to a learner, because a lot of our learners are living in poverty, and going out and supporting an event's the place where they learn on a night out. It's not easy to do, so we really appreciate the people who've donated a ticket so our learners can join us as well. But November 7th is the big night, yeah.
Golf's is a great venue. We love gathering there, and I would certainly encourage anyone absolutely donate to a learner or come out and support the great work that you do at the literacy group and tolerate the guest speaker that night would be, we'll try to get it in before dessert so you still have something to look forward to, I think, when the speaker is done. One of the other things that is back on, I just received another email about it this morning, Chris, and I love the idea of this particular fundraiser because I have about as sweet a tooth as you'll find in this region. So you pair chocolate with reading and literacy, and you've got me hooked with Reading with Reads again this year.
Oh, great! No, well, thank you for joining us again for that. So, we're joining the iconic Reeds Candy and Nut Shop in Cambridge. They've always been incredibly kind to us, and over the past couple of years. So, we do have a chocolate sale event. So, any gift to meet a need, whether it's a stocking stuffer or if you're looking for something boxed for that sweet tooth in your life, just go to our website, theliteracygroup.com, and you can place an order. A portion of sales go to make sure our programs remain free, and there is a portion. That portion is also tax receipted as well. So there's a couple of offers there. We're free delivery to anyone over any order over $100, and also you get into a $25 Reads gift card. But we also similar to the ticket as well. If you'd also like to donate a treat to a learner, we also have that opportunity because, like I said, Christmas is a tough time for learners who are living in that poverty line. So it's great that we're able to give back there. But sales are on till November 12th, so not long yet to get your order in.
You know, when you mentioned those free programs, Chris, that are offered through the literacy group of Waterloo Region, it just makes me wonder about, the economic impact and how much money could be saved if we were able to increase literacy skills of the population. Do you have any of those numbers available?
Yeah, well, 46% of adults in Ontario live with low literacy, and that means they're living in low-income households. There is a direct link between poor health, living in poverty, and living with long-term employment to their levels of literacy. In fact, 75% of offenders in federal custody all have less than a grade 12, often lower than that in terms of skills as well. But if we simply just invested in adult literacy across Canada, to get every adult up to a certain level of literacy, we could be looking at savings of $540 million a year on social assistance, and that doesn't even bring into the account of things like less errors in the workplace or less incidences to call out ambulances and fire and all those costs there, because people are accessing the digital world, the numeracy and literacy a lot easier. It all adds up, and it's something that is not, we see a lot in the news, the great services and the great need for housing and food stability and anything like that. And those are certainly cures and supports to getting our great country better. But a lot of the time we don't look at things like literacy. We don't even ask the question, is this adult able to read or access this information to better themselves? So that's what we're here for. We're fighting that cause, like I said, along with the other great partners in the region.
Chris, I appreciate the work that you do and the time on the show this morning. Thank you very much for being here.
Thanks, Mike.